But it's a great pleasure today to be talking to João Ferreira at Animal Rescue Algarve. Look at this incredible website. 2,181 animals adopted. You're doing such great work, João. Thank you so much for talking to us today on the Resident podcast.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me to be here as well. So I hope you enjoy it.
I do, and it's so strange. As soon as I started recording, a cat jumped onto my lap.
That's a sign. That's a sign.
It's a sign, isn't it? So, João, we'll come back to the website and the incredible work you're doing. And there's obviously an awkward and difficult side to this work as well, which I'm sure you'll tell us about. But let's find out a little bit about you first of all. How did you get into this? I'm guessing when you were a little boy, you didn't think one day I'm going to run an animal rescue center. I'm guessing you got into this because some twist of fate that drew you into it.
Well, actually, I did. It was always a dream. Since I was 2-3 years old, I was obsessed with animals without no reason. I don't know where it came from because my family are not that into animals. But I was since 2-3 years old, always into animals. I battlefied my first animal when I was 8 years old, and since then I never stopped. I started foster animals. I started being a volunteer in shelters in my city. I started helping catch and release cats for sterilizations, and get very, very involved. Of course, having my do a normal life, studying, working, but doing also this job all the time. And then I was working in a vet clinic when ARA started this job, this amazing project. Yes. And I was invited to come here and work. At first I said no, because it was a bit far from me. I'm from Portimão and the shelter is in Lolé. Yeah. But then I asked if I could come and visit. They said yes, of course. And when I came, I realized that this was what I was looking for since I was very young. It was a dream for me. So I decided to join the team, and it started to be my dream project as well.
I love that. So take us back a bit then, and can we find out about that beautiful creature when the first foster and bottle feeding when you were 8 years old? Who was that? Who was your first animal that you nursed in that way?
So I bottle feed too when I was very young, before 10 years old. It was a cat called Percy and a dog called Nina. Was my first ones. And then I adopted my first dog when I was 10 years old, Fingham, and she lived with me 17 years old. She was with me until I was 27. Incredible. But of course, before that, I fostered hundreds of dogs and cats before my 27. I started fostering real foster when I was 10, 11. And then, especially from my 17s until now, I've been fostering non-stop.
Clearly,
I foster more than 1,000 animals since I exist.
Just yourself?
Just myself, yes.
Wow! What?
I always have around 5 to 8 dogs in foster, and sometimes 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 cats as well in foster.
So this really is your life now.
It is. Absolutely.
Incredible. So if you will, tell us a little bit about Animal Rescue Algarve. As you say, it's in Lulé, and you've joined them, and yes. You're the manager there. What are their origins? How did Animal Rescue Algarve begin?
It all started with an Englishman, Sid Richardson. He's an expat. He's living here for 35 years here in the Algarve. Yeah. And when he moved from England to Portugal, he realized that animal welfare in Portugal was not that good. He was always an animal lover, but he didn't realize how can animals suffer so much in a country like Portugal. So he started helping some shelters around, but then he decided to do something bigger. He's a businessman, and he decides to searching for a place. It was very hard with Town Hall to find a place to build a shelter. So he did it on his own, by himself, with no help. He found this property, ARA. He bought it, and then he started from zero, completely from zero. This was here at the shelter. There was only a house, a pool, and stables for horses. And he started from zero and built this amazing place. It all started. He started looking for it around almost 10 years ago. And then he found this place, and everything started 8 years ago. It was around 2 years to involved in meetings, involved in with other people, clearing the land, preparing everything, and then started in 2018.
What an extraordinary man, then. Yes, shout out to Sid. and that's the website address if you want to go look for yourself and see this beautiful website, animalrescuealgarve.com. And when did you come into this yourself, João?
I came less than 1 year after start. I started in April 2019, so almost 7 years that I've been part of the project. And when I came here, it was also still a lot of buildings going on. So I had the pleasure to see it growing, and it's a big difference now. It's amazing. We still are growing, of course.
Yes.
But it's amazing. It's amazing. It was a pleasure.
It is. Yes. And your dream job, your dream work, your life mission in many ways, it would appear, from being that little boy who loved
Actually, I was always involved with shelters all my life, fostering, volunteer, but I never thought that I had this opportunity to do it as a job and my life into 100% into it. So it was a dream, absolutely.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad you've been able to do that, and of course, it is, you know, your job is connected to a serious problem that's being, you know, that you are the solution to. Can you give us some sense of the scale of the problem and what you're dealing with, you know, and why Animal Rescue Algarve exists, and, you know, how you go about addressing the difficulty?
Well, the biggest difficulties are absolutely the mentalities. It's very hard to change mentalities. Another big problem is funds, because Portugal is very limited on money to help animals, especially because animals are on the bottom of the list. So basically, it's very hard to get something to help them. Sterilization is a big problem in Portugal. People don't sterilize their animals. They dump the puppies and kittens, newborn, in the trash bins all the time. Some of them even euthanize them in the worst way possible. There is no support enough for people with poor conditions to help them, their animals as well.
Yeah.
But I would say that the biggest problems are definitely the number of animals abandoned, found in the street, in the trash bins. It's enormous. It's amazing. How can we do so much and it's still so much to do? You know what I mean? Sorry, because my English is not perfect.
No, thank you so much. Your English is incredible, and I definitely understand what you're saying, and have a sense of this, you know, the scale of the problem, which presumably in some ways, you know, since Sid started, you are making some sort of impact. And of course, today we can talk about how people can address the challenge, the problem more at source and cause, rather than dealing with the symptoms. But that's, of course, that's part of your daily work and life, is dealing with the symptoms of the situation. And I'm guessing, you know, in some, as big as the problem is, your work and Sid's inspiration is addressing the problem and is beginning to change how people think about this difficulty.
Yes, absolutely. One of our biggest projects, and that I'm more proud of, is the work that we do with the community, exactly to change mentalities, especially with the schools. So basically, we go through a lot of schools in the Algarve, not only in Lolé. We take some animals with us, and we try to educate the kids and the future generations how to treat an animal. They deserve respect, they deserve love, care, and this is very important because they will be not only going to be the next generation, but they also the ones that pass the message to the parents, to the grandparents, and change. So of course, if I go to do a presentation in a class where there's 30 students, at least if 3 or 4 get the message and try to do something, perfect. We already have a difference going on. We work with the community in general, trying to approach people for the importance of sterilize their animals, of being responsible when they rehome their own animals, to not abandon them just because you go on holidays or just because something you are moving country. Right now, there's so many ways to deal with the problem without having to leave the animals behind. It's a big problematic as well here is when people sadly pass away, the family don't take care of the animals and they end up in the street, in the shelters. It's very, very sad. Sometimes people should do more effort between the family or between the friends to find a solution, not the easiest way that is just dump the animals somewhere after the animal living 14, 15 years at home and end up in a shelter. Because even if you have the best shelter in the world, nothing is compared to being in a home.
Right.
So we try our best to change these mentalities.
Well, you do, and going back to your website again, you've got the monthly stats: 28 rescued in the last month, 26 adopted, but the supply or the incoming numbers remain, don't they? In articulating the problem you've described there, or illustrating the problem you've described there. I want to know more about what you do in the schools and what a day in the life of anyone who works at an animal rescue centre is like, and how people hearing this difficulty can get involved and help you as well. So in the classroom, what does that look like when you go out to a class and do the outreach work and you're finding your new ambassadors, those 3 or 4 children who say, yeah, I'm going to take this on. I want to be like João when I grow up. What does it look like when you go into a school?
Well, it really depends also on the ages of the kids, of course, because we do from 3, 4 years old until 18, 20, even university and everything. The younger kids is more chaotic, of course, because they are very excited about seeing the dogs and it's a different day for them. It's a bit more difficult to keep their attention. So we go straight to the main points and we try to use ways of them to get their attention and focus. So we use some very good videos and we use real life examples. One thing that we do a lot is we take some disabled animals with us.
Oh, okay.
And that's for a reason, because sadly, not only because disabled animals are a bit, how do I say, more difficult to get families. Because of the being different. So we can use examples like we do with humans. When I take a disabled dog to a school, for example, a dog on a wheelchair without 2 legs, the kids will make me a lot of questions. They're going to be very surprised because they are not used to see it. It's something that they don't see on their daily basis. So we try to teach them that a disabled animal also can do a normal and happy life.
Wow.
And then they start to associate with their colleagues or with family. Oh, I also have a family, a cousin that is blind. And then I ask, okay, and it's happy, right? And they say, yes, of course. So I said, so why you don't give a chance to a dog that is also blind? A blind dog can do a normal life, can play, can live life with joy, capacity. So using our animals to do that, it makes them more focused and makes them more interested in animal welfare as well. The videos are great because they can see our work, because it's hard to explain our daily tasks only with using words. So with the videos, the kids love it.
I bet.
With older kids or teenagers or almost adults, it's easier for one side because it's easy to keep their attention, but it's a bit more difficult because some of them are the ones that already learned the bad, how do you say it?
The treatment.
The bad treatment from the parents, the grandparents, and some of them, then we start always like with some arguments to make them understand that they can also change. They don't need to copy the parents or the grandparents. So I prefer the adults and the teenagers because you can see them thinking about it. And some of them contact us after saying, it was amazing. What can I do to help more? What can I do to help my friends or my neighbors to change the conditions of their dog or their cat? And that makes us feel more proud that it's working.
Oh, amazing. That's a day at school they don't forget, right?
We also accept kids coming to the shelter. So a lot of schools bring their students to the shelter and to see with their own eyes the reality and deal with that physical and coming to help us. So,
well, tell me more about that then. With volunteers and the daily life at the Animal Rescue Algarve at the centre that Sid created. It's changed a lot, I'm sure, in the time since he bought it and first started developing it. What is a day like there? How many creatures are you taking care of, and what do people do as volunteers when they get there?
So ARA, we are very proud that works very, very, very well with volunteers. When we start the shelter, Sid was looking for different platforms that could help with a volunteer. And right now we work with World Packers. It's an international platform that is more than 55 hosts, places where people can volunteer from all over the world. And we give them, so basically here in the shelter, we have capacity to have 21 volunteers living in. They come from all over the world, but mainly UK, Germany, and Netherlands. These are the top three, but we receive a lot of people from France, Spain, Brazil, everywhere. They stay between 2 weeks to 1 month. And because a lot of them come many times, and we already know that they are very good volunteers, so sometimes we accept them to stay longer if they want. So it happens that sometimes volunteers stay a month and a half, 2 months, 7, 8 weeks. So it works very, very well. We have 2 members of the staff. We are 12 staff members full-time.
Wow.
Plus 2 part-time in summer, because summer we extend the schedule. So we got more 2 people for part-time. So we are a lot of people every single day. And it helps us because we do 2 shifts a day, 2 hours and a half each shift, where the volunteers, while the staff do the food, medication, and organize the parks. The shelter is 5 hectares, but we only use 3 because the other 2 are valleys. So in these hectares, we have the kennels, we have 4 catteries, and then we have 12 areas, big areas with pools, sandboxes, apparatus, grass, everything for the dogs to spend the day free. Wow. So the staff organize that to decide which dogs go to which park, because we have to make sure that the dogs that go together are friends and there's no fights or anything. Meanwhile, the volunteers do the walks outside. We walk the dogs twice a day, every single day. Outside, we have 5 different roads where the volunteers can take them. It's really good. And nature, it's beautiful. Yeah. And then after the walks, they do the cleaning, and then they have some extra tasks. It's all organized in the shelter, very, very well organized. They do it the 2 shifts a day. They work 5 days, 2 days off, always. Same for the staff. And then we also accept local volunteers, so people that live around, nearby, and that want to help the shelter. So they can apply. We have a WhatsApp group. We add them, and then they come wherever they want. Some volunteers come every day, other volunteers come once a week. Others come 2-3 times a year because they are living out and coming just for a couple months. But it's open. They can come every single day. There's volunteers that come to help with the walkings. Some volunteers come to socialize and spend time with the cats. Different tasks. So it works very, very, very well.
What an incredible operation. So people are coming literally from all over the world as woofers to help take care of the animals and to get a sense of, well, to enjoy Portugal and to do some amazing work helping the animals.
Absolutely. And actually, the platform is based on reviews. We only had 5-star reviews with our volunteers. So it made us win. They did a concurso. How do you say it in English?
Competition.
Competition. Yes. They did a competition end of last year with more than 10,000 hosts for volunteer, and we won the first place. We were very, very happy. All of that is based on volunteers. So we try to give them the best conditions, and they do the best for us as well. And it's incredible because with their help, we can have all the animals walked every time. The shelter is always clean every single day. Everything works very, very good. They also adopt, and that's the best part because the volunteers that stay here 1 month, 2 months, they fell in love with dogs that we thought they might be very hard to be adopted, but because they make a connection with that dog or cat, they end up adopting the difficult ones. It's also very, very good because it helps us to keep them finding homes.
Yeah.
We have some rules, and these rules for us are fundamental. Yeah.
Yes.
Fundamental.
Yeah, absolutely.
To keep the shelter with good standards. And the rules are we never exceed our capacity. So we have right now capacity. We could have here 200 dogs. The problem is if you have 200 dogs, you are not able to know each of them, to walk them on a daily basis. So we have 85 dogs and 50 cats. That's our base.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Yes. With this number, we can know every single animal. We can focus on each dog, the older dogs, to get them finding a home, everything. All our animals are sterilized, vaccinated, microchipped, dewormed, and we also do the normal tests for dogs and cats. So they have access to every type of vet treatment. We have protocol with 3 clinics here in the Algarve that are close by, and we also have a vet coming every Wednesday to the shelter. Other than that, when it's special cases like orthopedic, paraplegic animals, we take them to Lisbon for better opinions, because sadly here in the Algarve we don't have many specialists, so most of the times we have to go to Lisbon.
It's probably just a matter of time, though, isn't it? I mean, you are creating your own epicenter of animal care and awareness and consciousness there, aren't you? I'm sure volunteers will return, expertise will come. This is just going to keep growing, isn't it?
All the time, but it's not always amazing. There's a bad part, of course. One of the bad parts is because of us to not exceed the capacity. Imagine if we rehome 25 animals this month, we will be able to take in 25 animals, and that's great. The problem is some days we have 20 requests of help in one day.
Yes.
So we have to say no, and that's the hardest part.
I bet.
Of course, for us to keep the shelter running like this, it costs us 800,000 euros a year. That is a lot.
Hold on, João, 800,000 a year.
800, yes. Just on vet, we spend usually around 350,000 a year, just on vet costs.
Good heavens, right, okay.
Sadly, in Portugal, you still pay for most of the treatments 23% IVA. That is something that we are trying to get it into government, because it doesn't make sense that we are helping their animals and we even pay taxes over it. Now you're probably asking, how do we survive spending 800,000 euros a year?
Yes, that was my next question.
I thought so. So basically, the biggest help is our charity shops. We have 3 charity shops here, one in Lolé, one in Almancil, and one in Troto on the way to Faro. These 3 shops are our biggest help. They work with 73, if I'm not wrong, 73 volunteers.
Incredible.
So basically, mainly English expats, people living in this area. They do 3 hours a week, 2 days a week. They do what they can to help the shops being open from Monday to Friday, 10 till 3, and Saturdays, 10 till 1, all the time open. Basically, we sell every type of furniture, clothes, decoration, everything that is in good conditions. And the shops are working very, very, very well. Thanks God to all these volunteers, to the clients, of course.
Yes.
And to the people that also donate for the shops. So we contact hotels, we contact private organizations for them to donate. We have some publicity ongoing on Kiss FM, for example, to promote the shops, because it's definitely one of our biggest helps.
And the name of the shops, they are the ARA shops, are they? The Animal Rescue?
Yeah, ARA shops, yes. Their name is Woof.
Woof
Charity Shop, yes.
Of course.
Yes.
What about
they are very good quality. So I recommend everyone to visit the shops. They are very, very good quality, and you can find second-hand articles for a very good price. So please visit.
How amazing. So that's part of the fundraising effort then?
Yes, part of it. Other than that is mainly private donations. We do our fundraising dinner every November once a year we do a fundraising dinner. Then we do a lot of events through all the year in shopping centers, everywhere, basically, promoting our work. So yes, that's how it works. We also have other projects. We have right now 2 big projects going on. One is called Vila dos Gatos, that is cat project. So basically, we sterilize as many cats as we can from as many cats as we can in a way that's, how can I say it? Basically, we have these 3 clinics and we have the vet coming every Wednesday. They sterilize cats that belong to the street cats. And we are doing around 2,000 cats a year. So we did in the last 2 years over 4,000 cats. It looks a lot, and it is a lot, but sadly, it's just a drop in the ocean because there is, just in Lolé, registered colonies, there is more than 15,000 cats that still need to be sterilized. Just in Lolé. Lolé is a massive an area, it's a town. City area, yes. All the parishes that belong to Lolé, most of them are countryside areas, and that's where we can find more colonies of cats. So it's a very important work, but because still we are always receiving requests for help for cats every single day, and we are doing this job because we think it's one of the most important jobs to be done. So it's ongoing for more than 2 years. We started 2.5 years ago, and it's going very, very well. I hope we can continue more and more. The second project is called the Legacy Project. So basically, because we deal with a lot of expat people that are here with their animals and without family, and most of them are animal lovers, we receive from another organization. It's called APA. It's this organization. It belongs mainly in the east of Algarve. It's 3 ladies that also have a lot of animals, and they were always worried if something happens to them, what's going to happen with the animals. So we start this amazing project, the Legacy Pet Plan, where people can come to us, visit our shelter, and then apply for the project. It means that we will take care of their animals if something happens to them. We will require them to do a form where they give all the information of each animal they have. And we give them, it's called a pet guardian card, where they can give to someone close to them that can contact us in case something happens to them.
How incredible.
Yes. And we are always open to more projects, and we don't want to focus only in the shelter. We want to focus also in animal welfare in general. So we are always in contact with the how do you call it? With the parties that have part on the, not part.
All the partners and associates. Yeah, of course.
Yes, also with the politicians as well, because part of it is law that has to change. For example, until 2 years ago, we were also paying 23% IVA taxes on food. That is also unfair.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, right. Your food bill must be extraordinary.
Even on the shops, we pay taxes. That is, I don't understand, because it's secondhand. So basically, it was already taxed before. I don't know why we have to tax it again. Also, because it's for a charity. But sadly, Portugal has a lot to change. While they increase why we pay 23% for vets, they increase the tax for bullfighting to 6%. So it's not. Not fair.
You need the attention of politicians to sort that incongruity, you might call it, or unfairness. It's an unfairness, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Of course, exactly, fairness, because all the shelters, what they're doing is basically helping the animals that belong to the government. We are here to do our best, but we also need their help. And also, we also very involved always with complaints, because sadly, it's very hard to get to do a complaint about neglected animal or a bad treatment animal. Most of the cases, they are closed and they don't even go to court. So we want more to bring more awareness about the importance of animals in community.
Oh, João, it's been amazing talking to you today. I hope we can talk again. I know you're a very busy man. You've got more important things to do than talk to me, but it's been incredible chatting with you. Just a couple more questions, couple of quickies.
Yes.
Sid must be very happy. Mr. Richardson must be very happy with what's emerged. Is he still involved with the project?
Every single day. Sid comes to the shelter every single day. We have meetings almost every day. He's completely involved. He's making it. It's also his dream, and he does as much as he can. Yes.
But he knows it's in good hands now. That must be so pleasing. For Sid.
All the team is amazing. I'm very happy with the team that we have and the volunteers as well.
Yes. Well, maybe a quick acknowledgement of some of the team. If I bring this back onto the screen here you are with some of your colleagues. But this is just a tiny part of all of the work that goes on. But a special shout out and lots of love to these wonderful people who are working with the animals there. Did you say 85 dogs and how many?
50 cats.
50 cats. Well, what a wonderful team you are. What an amazing idea and reality from Sid Richardson as well. How do people get involved if they want to help, João? What's the best thing? To come to the website, animalrescuealgarve.com?
They can go through the website, Instagram, Facebook, email, phone.
You've got it all covered.
Yes, all covered.
Animal Rescue Algarve, ARA, ARA for sure, and do visit the woof shops and maybe the meow cafes. I don't know. There's another possible idea.
Maybe. Why not?
Well, thank you so much. Muito obrigado, muito prazer, and hope to speak to you again so we can share the amazing work that you're doing again.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Thank you.